certainly companies now are looking to see how they can leverage the investments made by fintech companies, and we're certainly seeing that across payments, across driving efficiency through the business, ways of dealing with regulation, etc. I think that companies still, though, whilst they can make acquisitions of certain technology types, still need to think fundamentally about the capability that they have in-house in order to leverage that. So we're certainly seeing in Asia Pacific more generally, in Australia, for example, a lot of companies in the financial services sectors are building their in-house customer experience teams, mobile development teams, etc. So they recognise that whilst you can acquire certain capabilities from a product or technology set, the fundamental capabilities still need to either reside in-house or through the support of professional services companies.
Yeah, I think the acquisition that I've seen a lot of financial services companies do in the Asia Pacific region has very much come down to skills. So, historically you've not had mobile application development or even some of the social media and integration capabilities inside, say, banks and insurance companies. And so by making very selective acquisitions, you can bring those skills in much faster than if you tried to build them organically. And I think also these acquisitions allow financial services companies to test and learn. So you can basically pay a small amount of money to get a capability to try something, say, like peer-to-peer lending, or even you might take a partial stake in a business. So you don't have to take an ownership stake, but you take enough of an ownership stake in order to get access into how that company works, and then you can test and learn and apply that to your business.
Just one further point. I think the other area where we've seen acquisitions, or slightly unusual acquisitions, is where companies such as financial services companies have bought capabilities such as data analytics.
Right.
And certainly we've seen companies acquire data analytics capability in order to really delve into, say, transaction data and understand customer segmentation and how customers are behaving within their group. So clearly financial services companies have a wealth of data but don't necessarily have the capability internally to crunch that data to get meaningful insights. So we've seen acquisitions around the data space as well.
And if you look at that in terms of data and product, you may have a situation in the future where the business model is such that the financial services company might give the product away for free, but then they might charge for the use of data. They might then charge, take that out to third parties. As long as there's the customer consent and that privacy piece is okay, they may have a completely new business model there with data.
So banks in this region particularly are investing heavily in customer experience. There's still a disjointed experience for customers between the branch network, the ATM, the call centres and their online banking channels. And in fact, multinational banks who have entities in multiple countries still aren't able to provide a single view of the customer or a single login experience to their customers. In terms of some trends that we're certainly seeing in places like Indonesia a heavy push towards trying to get the unbanked into the banking system, and understanding the use of mobile technology in those regions, seeing how you can use mobile technology to encourage more people to enter the banking system. Here in Singapore, it's far more focused on providing a seamless customer experience across channels.